So I just wanted some clarification about like what happened after the fact, because there was a lot of other things that came up, like, legally, when I wanted to speak out about what was going on, and I was pretty much like, threatened, to have like, my family and my assets like taken away from us contractually if I said anything. And like, can't have that happen to the fam. So I just really, like, are you aware? Because, I just like, what did I do?
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
No.
No. So I want to know, and I think this is actually a perfect segue to go into All Stars. I want to know, considering how you were edited, you talked about the trope you felt like they gave you. You felt like, they were trying to break you. I heard you speak about you didn't feel like Tyra really supported you or was a fan of you during cycle 2. What made you come back for cycle 17 when they were like, hey, we're doing an All Stars and we want to bring you back?
Coin and the opportunity to be able to promote my my venture of a cookbook, like, at the time. Because what I realized is, like, on these other reality shows, they give them this platform to be able to talk about things that they can then, capitalize on after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was promised that, I would be able to, like, they never showed me once cooking on like America's Next Top Model. Like, they never showed the gifts that I gave the girls in terms of, like, the jewelry and stuff like that. Like, they never showed anything that I did that was very, like, kind and like sweet, but it's okay, because then my persona would not have been what it was. And it did carry me far. But I went back because, with some conditions, my lawyer at the time, with some conditions. So I wasn't surprised that, like, I got booted off like early, but at least my conditions stayed in place, and I was able to, I may not have got the screen time, but
I feel like you probably did. Your lawyer negotiated you a sickening episode fee. I'm pretty sure. Well, Camille, you knew they was gonna let you go. You're not gonna blow up the budget like this. You're not gonna blow up the budget like this, girl. You better work, Camille. Okay, where you going?
I'm correct. I'm listening. I can hear you. I'm thirsty. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm thirsty too. Y'all thirsty out there? I knew Camille was gonna come with the things of the things, but this is the things of the things of the things of the things inside of a box hanging from a tree in my closet. So we're gonna do A&T and roll call again. And I know everybody was like, you didn't say Nigel or Tyra Banks. Yes, because I wanted to save them for All Stars. For All Stars, because I knew Camille would probably group both experiences in at the same time, and I didn't want to make her do too much, think too much. So we're gonna say Tyra and Nigel at the end of this, but we're gonna go through everybody who was cast on your cycle of All Stars. You're gonna tell me the first thing that comes to your brain. Are you ready? The first person is Brittany. She was from cycle 4. She was like the party girl. Got kicked out first day.
Oh, Brittany. Brittany's a wild card. She's a wild card. Like, I would be considered like the quiet girl hanging out with like Brittany.
Oh.
Yeah, she's wild.
Mm-hmm. The next person is Sheena. She just had a baby not too long ago.
Sheena, Asian, very exotic. She's cool. She's cool. She has that. I want to say she's like from. She's from New York.
I think so.
I think she's from New York. Sheena's cool.
How was it? How was she?
I have a hard time remembering. But like, she's she's an Asian woman, and like I talk about difficulties and struggles, with women of color in the industry. Like, you can get booked you can go to an agency and the board is all like blonde hair and blue eyes, and there's like one black girl, but if the black girl remotely resembles you, then you won't be on the board. But they have a bunch of, Caucasian people that look exactly alike. So like being an Asian person in the industry is even more difficult. So like I respect her, and she was a little bit more like voluptuous. So, like I'm just happy to know that right now, like in 2021, that they're giving Asian models more jobs in terms of like acting and modeling, and it's becoming more of an even playing field. Not so much with like Indian women, but like she's dope, and congratulations to her and her baby.
How was that first photo shoot with you when you first got into the house, where they took photos at the house and it was like posted like represent your personality? It looked kind of thrown together, but what was your experience being there actually doing it?
I need to watch that. What is it on? Is it on Amazon Prime?
I think so. Hulu. I know it's on Hulu.
Hulu.
That's when you had like the gray glittery jumpsuit and they kind of had you posing like on a pillar.
Oh, okay. That was. Listen, I don't know what happened. Like you said before, like why people get like kicked off, whatever. But I felt like I killed that shoot. I was channeling my inner Beyonce. Like it was all leg, shoe, like that pillar and me and I, that pillar and I were like, we were like one. Like like I felt like that shoot was really amazing.
What about the hot dog photo shoot?
We were able to create our own hot dog, and I wanted to create like a jerk, like a jerk hot dog. That was fun because it was like sloppy and, I like that picture. That was like the smallest my waistline ever was.
Next person on the list is Isis. She was here earlier showing you love. What are your thoughts on Isis?
Isis, like, helped me grow into the person that I am now, especially like when it came to like the understanding of, transgender community. And I mean, before the show, I've walked in balls before, and it's such a culturally, traditionally, like coming from Jamaica, where certain things are accepted and not accepted, and also written into the laws of, the community, can often be some conflict. And people are people, no matter which way you look at it. And it's very important, like, for equality to be on both sides. Like, for me to be respected as a heterosexual woman, and that being my choice, and me to respect others who decide to, change genders or partake in like a particular orientation. So in life, you grow as you move along. And I have a lot of friends from all different types of walks of life who are, whether they're in my family, or we're like, we're cool about. And it was just something like I had to really like wrap my mind around. And Isis gives a joke about how, her and I were partnered, and, I was there talking about our pum pum and how to like wipe it and like what to do. And Isis has come to, when I was pregnant with my daughter Kennedy at Lights Camera Kennedy, she came to the baby shower, right? Like she's definitely like a phenomenal woman, and I've seen her grown. So I thank Isis for coming to my defense when others were like pretty much attacking me about being like homophobic or anti this and that. And that was never, ever, even before I met Isis, a thing in my person, in my heart, or even like in my family. And my friends can come on right now and tell you that, that's not the case, especially since I've been working in the fashion industry for how long, and family and so forth and so on. So she really helped open my eyes to like the complexity of those types of situations. So when someone had used the word, transphobic, Isis came to my defense and was like, yo, hold on. Like, don't even go there, like, with her, because, like, Camille's my people's, and I know her heart. So that was one of the things that, like, I wanted to, like, address with this conversation with you, because it was very hurtful to me. Like, with all that I do, and who I am, like, I know what it's like to be, like, a victim of prejudice and, like, racism, and I would never want someone to, like, feel that way because of, like, choices that they've made for themselves, healthy and so forth and so on. Like, the healthiest choice for you as an individual, and that's your choice. So, yeah, Isis and I are, like, mad cool, and respectfully so, She's just so far away.
It was a question I was going to ask later, but I'll ask now since we're already talking about it. A lot of people were asking, what are her thoughts about her making a comment in regards to ISIS that Camille, when she said, I'm a real woman or something like that. And so hearing that you say, you've grown, you've learned, do you see, or how do you see that statement now in a 2021 lens, now that you're more informed about, vernacular and word choices and things like that?
Right. So real women can be taken in different contexts, right? Mm-hmm. So figuratively and literally. So real, like realness, when someone's asking you, and it's a setup, they're asking you, so like, what's going to make you, like, you're going to win this photo shoot because what's the difference between, you and Isis, and you don't know the person, right? And I'm like, oh, because, like, I'm the real woman. Like, I'm thinking, like, Whitney Houston, like, I'm every woman. Like, I'm going to give what's in me, like, my femininity, my,
you didn't know, you didn't know Isis was trans?
Yes. So I didn't mean it, like, in a negative, like, connotation. And again, like, it's about equality. So respect me for telling you that this is what I have, this is what I'm going to bring to the shoot. And then, like, Isis, they're going to ask her the same question. What is she going to bring, to the photo shoot? So Isis was like, I understand, Camille, that, where you're coming from and so forth and so on. And we were just like, okay, like, move forward from there. So it wasn't something that I meant to hurt her or put her down in terms of, like, she wasn't born a certain way, so she understood that. And if other people understand, if they don't, that's for them, but it's between myself and Isis knows that I respect her, and Isis respects me for how I feel and where I was coming from in terms of, like, how I was raised and saw certain things. And we had this very serious, conversation. And so, like I said, she's definitely been, like, a staple in my life to help me, grow at that point and understand. And it's, I mean, at the end of the day, it's love. And I would hope that people would definitely know that that comment wasn't meant to, like, hurt her. It was a situation where the editors basically say, so, what, like, what is it? And the first thing that came to my mind was, like, I'm going to give, my womanness, and that had to do with, like, my sex appeal, like, my like, for me, I'm not talking about what she's going to do, like, my femininity, like, how are you going to deliver on this shoot? So that was
got you. What are your thoughts
on? It's so touchy, and it's so sensitive,
The next person we got on the list is Bree.
I was reading the comments. Bree? Bree is Harlem all day. Bree is mad cool because, sometimes as a mom, you need help. And when I tell you, there's not enough hours in the day for me to do everything that I need to do. And like Bree is like, yo, Camille, if you ever need any sort of help, if you need me to watch Kennedy for you, if you need to like have a moment, let me know. So Bree has been one of the few people like on America's Next Top Model who has reached out and said, listen, like, I get you. And this is like, before she was even like had her baby. And, to this day, she's just like, I'm a phone call away. So like Bree is really cool. And I'm so happy and proud to see her like still, shining in terms of modeling and being on runways and being on red carpets, so to speak. I think she did something from like Harlem Fashion Week, which was awesome.
Do you know why she was so frustrated with All Stars when I don't know, no, you weren't there. I think you had already been eliminated, but she just kind of like walked out when she got eliminated. Do you know what some of her frustrations were?
Like at the end of the day, like you're not eating, they're giving you Red Bull, they're giving you like, sugar snacks. So like you have this high and you have this crash and you're waiting forever for them to call you into like, judging. And then it's just like, they just kind of prodding and poking you to get these like, emotions out of you. And then like when you first like audition, they do like these Scantron tests to like analyze your personality, your likes, your dislikes, your phobias. And then like magically, like you're presented with, these situations that are going to make you tick. You don't have any outlet. Like you don't have a phone. You can't speak to anybody. Like, you can't, read your favorite magazine. Like everything that you would normally do to relieve stress, you don't have in this environment. So, if it's like all these people in the house, there's only like 2 pots and someone might be a vegetarian and someone's like cooking a slab of meat in there, but then they don't wash the pot. It's just all types of things behind the scenes that like really test your like your faith. So I'm sure, between the being sleep deprived and, hungry and, like people just bothering you for like no reason, it all adds up. So I don't know specifically like why she was like, upset, but whatever it was, she's a real person and was probably something really real. And she was like, yo, Harlem was about to come out. So she's like, let me step away from the situation. And I get it.
What about Kayla?
I get it. DMX all the way, huh?
Kayla Farrell.
Kayla, help me here. Kayla.
I think they dyed her hair back red. She came in a brunette or black. I can't remember. You don't remember Kayla? All right. The next person is Bianca Golden. Why are you cackling?
Because I remember, like, I'm a Bianca Golden, like, cheerleader. Because I remember, I've never been one not to give another woman love, right? I remember Bianca, I was like, this girl is long and lanky and she got face. And I'm like, Bianca is like, she gives everything like B. So I was like, Bianca, I'm going to give you this book. And it was a book, if you remember Bianca, that was like, I think it was like a spa thing, like how to like relax and like relate and like, like, or maybe beauty or something was involved with it. And I had the book. And at the time, like that book was like Holy Grail. And I got 2 of the books and I gave it to Bianca. And I'm like, Bianca, hold this down because I think that, this is something that, has helped me that could also like, help you. And I'm like, Bianca, I see you on the runways in Milan. I see you doing all those high fashion shows because I'm 5'9.5", right? But Bianca, I think she's like 5'10", 5'11", like she got leg, And Bianca's always been serious about her education as I have, and she has a bigger purpose, and she's helping children right now live their best, life. So I'm really, extremely proud of her. But at the time, for all that happened, I'm just like, yes, as sisters, like we have to be here to like, support each other. I know that there was a little like tisk or something like between us, like I think on the show, if you could remind me of what that was.
Modelville.
What happened in Modelville?
I think it was Modelville, and she shot a scene with you, I guess. Maybe, I can't remember exactly. Y'all help me out in the comments, but maybe she felt like you were trying to be friends with her to get like opportunities, or it was something like that. It was. I think. Y'all help me out in the comments. Y'all type below. But I believe it was Modelville, and y'all shot a scene. It was just you guys, and like it was preface. You guys had a friendship.
Coffee?
Y'all had coffee. It was preface. Y'all had a friendship since like her season, which was 9. Of course, your season 2. And that I guess she probably felt like, y'all help me out with what Bianca was feeling.
I had coffee to get more sun. I don't know. It's something that I have to watch. But like we've talked. Bianca and I have
yeah, they said she thought you were reaching out for an
heavy.
opportunity. Yeah, it was something like that. She felt like I want to say she felt like you were trying to be friends with her to get like an opportunity or something like that, or get more exposure or something like that.
No, never. Like Bianca's like now, like she's like so I don't know where she gets the time, like with teaching or everything like that. And I know she had buckled down like with her schoolwork for a minute, but like I wish more women would cheerlead for like other women and not be scared that someone is competition. Like I saying that what is for you and nobody can take your shine. I'm never worried about anybody taking my shine because it belongs to me if that's what it is. So like when people feel threatened, I wonder where like that threat, where does that threat like come from? And then the threat turns into this like antisocial thing. Like we will all shine together, like what I mean. Like let's help each other as women, like get to where we need to be. Like I just like that's just how I live my life. And a lot of times when I do go out of my way like to help people and stuff like that, it can backfire. But I think I get that trait like from my mother. Like my mother's such a boss. She's such a nightingale, and she does so many things for so many people. Whether those people return the love and the gratitude or they don't, she doesn't care. It's all about like you're to give on to others. And like I don't have an issue with Bianca. Bianca doesn't have an issue with me. I'm like, she's a sister. I'm really proud of her, and she could tell you from like day one that like I'm a gifting person. That I gave her like this book and so forth and so on. Oh, my phone
I do want to add. Someone said that I guess in the same show or scene that she did confirm you had genuine intentions. So I want to know, because was there any tension between you two when you saw that she was going to be in the house and she saw you? Like, were you guys in a good place at the beginning of All Stars when you guys began filming?
Thank you. I don't know. I think we had something. I think we had like a little bit of tension. Some Veronica, do the girls eat? Do they eat? Okay, thank you. You put the bike back? Yes? Okay, thanks. Where's Eve's bike? Oh, her dad took it? Okay, all right, thanks. Bye. The nanny.
What are your thoughts on Alexandra Everett? She was the girl that when they booed her, when y'all did y'all introduction in that big old crowd, and Nicki Minaj was there. And when she walked out, they booed her. They boo.
Why they boo her?
Because she wasn't really liked on her season. She wasn't really a favorite person. A fan favorite, I guess.
What they do when I came out?
I think they clapped. They didn't boo you. I don't think. What do you remember?
I remember having on this red Chiataboni dress
Here she
because
go.
I was a fit model for them for mad long. I got cut with scissors, pinned with pins, but fit modeling pays really good, especially if it's like a high end designer. And right now, like you can find like Chiataboni's like clothing like on all like the newscasters. Like this Spanx materials, you don't need Spanx. It's like no sewing. It's just like cut whatever. But I remember I wore one of those dresses in red. It was like 3/4 length. And I remember walking down and like giving everybody like high fives. It was so cool. And like Nikki was there and I was like, you know, and that was awesome. Like I felt a lot of love. I think it's a Staples Center or something like that, right? That was a really really dope moment that I would love to relive again because I didn't know that people really like, you know, they like me like that because I've had some encounters with people like try to chase me down escalators. It
Oh.
was a show. Security, like, you know, at one point, and I told Tyra, and I'm like, listen, I got stalkers at my door, like it's crazy, and she was just like, whatever. And then later on in life, Tyra got stalkers, but I literally had to pay security. Like, you just don't know with television, like who loves you, who hates you. And to me, it's better to be safe than sorry. So it wasn't like I was just getting security because I wanted to like walk around with security. Like, no, nobody was paying for it. Like, I had to like, you know, pay for it, like, you know, because I have to leave the house. And that's when I had to like move into a building that had like a doorman because like I just couldn't have my front door open. And people either love you or they hate you, and you don't want to take a chance with the ones that hate you because like people will try to hurt you and like throw stuff at you. Like, it's crazy. Real talk.
So just to confirm, we don't remember Alexandria.
I would have to see a picture.
Hold on, I'm gonna help you out, friends. Give me 1 second. Give me 10 seconds. Give me a New York minute. Give me a Camille minute. That's the minute I want.
Okay. Hi, Alexander. Hi.
You don't remember her, Camille? Camille, don't make me scream. Oh my god. Oh my god. Camille. Oh, y'all wasn't in this photo together. Okay. Well, you don't remember. I ain't gonna push you to remember her. All right, the next person on the list is Shannon Stewart. She was the runner of season 1, and she was there with you as one of the early girls of Top Model. Remember Shannon Stewart? The next person on the list is Dominique. Do you remember Dominique?
Yes. Rod something. Dominique Rod. Ready wrist. Rod.
Uh-huh.
Her and I have conversations in the past, and Dominique, yo, don't mess with Dominique. Dominique is her own boss in her own right. Like Dominique, like she is definitely not a fool. Like she runs her household. Dominique, you know, she has brains and beauty and, you know, an awesome family.
Mm-hmm.
And Dominique is also Jamaican, I believe.
I can't confirm that.
I believe Dominique is one of her parents is
Jamaican.
Is Jamaican, like South Jamaican or something like that, I think, right? So I feel like from a confidence standpoint, like Dominique gets it. And I feel like Dominique, like from a financial standpoint, didn't depend on, you know, the prize or, you know, the money from America's Next Top Model to dictate what she was going to do next in life. Like Dominique was always going to be good, like regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, you know, Dominique is definitely a boss.
Mm-hmm. What do you remember about working with her on the show? Anything? If you don't, it's okay.
We just had some like sidebar conversations. I don't know like if production like heard our conversations, but like she was just mature. She was definitely one of the like most mature, you know, contestants that was like, you know, get money. Get money.
What about
like,
Laura?
You know, she was just like, she didn't have time for like pettiness. Like Dominique is not a petty person.
What about Laura? Laura Kirkpatrick.
she's doing the damn thing. Like she just did this, like went back to her hometown, you know, and like did this like awesome like video of like places. I'm like, girl, can you come and do my Airbnbs and my vacation rental by owners, because this is hot. But she's really showing like where she comes from and like her stillness and her peace, and like she can take the hell out of a picture. Like she has perfected her craft, you know, in terms of like, you know, photography, but she's just genuinely like this wholehearted, like, you know, giddy, like, you know, opposite of like hardcore New York, you know, girl. Like she is like a breath of like fresh air. And for her to be doing all this, she has to be working so hard because she is a mom too. And she's an awesome mom too. And like she checks for me, just like I, you know, talked about Bree. Like Laura, like she will check for me. She is a Kennedy, you know, at Lights Camera Kennedy supporter, and she's like, come through, you know, like whenever like you want. So I really like. She's so different from me, you know. I really like think that she's awesome, awesome sauce, and like I just want to go into like one of those little boutiques like in her, you know, in her town, and I want to get like a plaid paisley, like, you know, dress with, you know, and I put some boots on, you know, and like go eat some like, you know, organic, like, you know, fresh picked, you know, like, you know, Gary's, like she makes me take my wig off, you know, like I'm like, I want to soak in that tub. So like, you know, I'm so proud of her. But then, you know, she's gonna have to come to New York too and put on a you know, a jacket, and we jump on this Harley, you know, and we're gonna go down to like the reggae spot, and we're gonna, you know, eat some jerk chicken and stuff like that. So, you know, it would be cool to like, you know, connect with her and the kids play and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like yin and yang.
What about Angelea Preston?
Angelea, I don't really know her. I don't really know her story like that. I don't really know her story like that, but I know she's a mom. And again, big up to my sister. There was like some controversy about her like am I right or am I wrong, like on a poll, and so they didn't want to give her the prize because like they were saying that she was friends with the poll.
She was the original winner of All Stars.
Yes.
And then they wrapped the show, everybody went home, and then some months later they called her back and they said due to some information they found out, which is to believe about her being an escort, that she could no longer be the winner, and they refilmed it with the other
escort.
two. Yes, but she has said it multiple times that was something they already knew about her from her original cycle. So,
So there was drama about it because, like, in the rules, like, you wasn't supposed to be escort.
Well, it was drama because she was the winner, like she won, and then it got taken away from her, and given to Lisa D'Amato.
Oh yeah. So Cardi B was a stripper, and she has many awards. Did they take the awards away from her because she was stripping?
I mean, you know, being a whore is cool now. You know, for lack of better terms, you know, doing that type of stuff is cool now. Back then, not so much.
Lisa.
Wait! Before we get to Lisa, anything you want to say about Angelea? We got one person before Lisa. Oh my God.
You know, people's stories are their stories. You can't really comment until you walk into them, you know, that person's like shoes, you know. I don't know what was going, but didn't she marry her baby, he's like an NFL player or something like that?
Who, Angelea? Not that I know of. No, I don't think she's not married right now. She does have a son though.
And the dad's like an NFL player, right?
I don't know all that. I don't think so. No, I think you're thinking about Nick Pace from Cycle 5. Her baby daddy was an NFL player.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either, child. Don't start me writing history. I'll fuck it up. What are your thoughts on Allison?
Allison?
Mm-hmm. With the big doughy eyes.
Allison is like in her own lane. She's like, I forget the name of these dolls. Like
Bratz.
Allison, I don't know what she's doing now, but like Allison will work. Like Allison will work. Like Allison has her own. Allison is like a gaga. Like Allison has something very unique about her vibe, and her, her doll like grandeur. Like, she was drawing, I don't know if it was pictures of fashion, but I felt like everything had like some sort of like, like it was like had a little darkness to it, whether it was like a little bit of blood or like, but that's like, her thing. Like I think she's very creative and she's very like mysterious. I don't know her story, but like, she's, has this amazing milky, like skin, and she'll work. Like, she's good.
And last but not least, the subsequent winner of All Stars, Lisa D'Amato.
Lisa!
What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all are enjoying, but we gotta interrupt this right fast for a word from our sponsors.
Lisa be doing the most. Like Lisa lives in a castle. Lisa, whose castle was it? Was it her parents' castle or her husband's castle? She got like 2 kids now, and she just took up like, exercise dancing, like old stuff, and then she's just like so mad at Tyra. We spoke for a minute because she wanted to know like my story, because she feels like, a lot of these women who are in America's Next Top Model need some psychological help, because like you get all this psychological help going into the show, but you get no psychological help leaving the show. And like, after being on a major television show like this, so Cycle 2 is sold to 30 countries around the world, it's still playing. There's things that happen when you step out there in the street, especially with family too. They think you may have all this money, or people love you or they hate you, and like you're defined by what their marketing team puts out. Like I got mad stuff like on the internet about me that's not even like remotely like factual, like or true, and I have to find someone to clean this up, because at the end of the day, like it's my legacy, and I don't want someone to stand up on my funeral and talk about like all this like negative stuff about who Camille is, and that was created by like editing and like and a network. That's just another thing for me to add to like my list. But like my work and my portfolio and like what I do with my businesses will definitely speak for itself. Nevertheless, like Lisa, she definitely has something to say, and she definitely has things to get off her chest, and she's using social media as a platform, like to do that. And honestly, like my therapy in dealing with some of the things that I felt that were unfair on America's Next Top Model, since, I haven't spoken to Tyra, has been speaking to you. Even this, interview that we're doing is definitely therapeutic. And I just want to say again, like, I can't walk in Lisa's shoes. She does what she does for her own self, preservation and her own self, sanity. And I wanna be there with her, and I wanna like cheerlead her on, but at the same time, like her experience, and I hate to keep bringing this back to race, but her experience, as a white woman and my experience as a Black woman, and why some people might not mess with me because of how overly confident or cocky that they might, because I see in the comments, like they might think that I am, is that my walk is different, right? I got to do more. I got to do bigger and better to get even amount of like respect where maybe she didn't have that same like experience. But like, although I feel, some type of way, honestly, with situations that happened to me, with Tyra on America's Next Top Model post show, I would never want to bring down another woman of color to lift myself like up. And Lisa, like, I got you. Like, I got feelings too. Like, I'm with you. And I know you want to see justice, happen. Because it's not a nice thing when people talk about you or they assume that you're a certain way because, like, a media house puts out who you're supposed to be and that's not who you are. Like, I get it, and I get the fact that, like, certain things that happen to us are stick with us to this day that are hurtful and that have changed how we behave, moving forward. But I know that it wasn't always easy for, Tyra, and she did give us an opportunity and she gave us the ability to have a platform. What you do with that platform is like, a foot is up to you. So though I have my issues, like, I am still very proud of Tyra for continuing to reinvent herself. And, it's a very small world and we're all gonna, get together at some point, whether it's on this earth or somewhere else, and we'll be able to, hash everything out. But at the end of the day, like, give love, to get love. And if you can't get love, get money.
I like the sound of that. Thank you for that. What are your thoughts on Andre Leon Talley, who was the new judge? Added, you didn't experience him cycle 2, but you experienced him cycle 17. What are your thoughts on him? I love Andre.
Andre just needs to give me one of them outfits, one of them capes, like, because he's another one, like, a Miss J. Like, we would not be here in fashion if it wasn't for, like, this man. Like, he is everything.
Contributed
like,
a lot.
He is the E in everything. And, like, his just contribution and his journey, like, I think he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. Like, he's really, like, undershadowed. But Andre, like, I would love to call me Andre, call me, let's talk, let's sit on the pink sand beach in the Grand Cayman Islands and let's have this conversation. Let's go to Montego Bay. We have property there too. If you want to meet up in Scarsdale, we can do that, in the somewhere near the Golden Horseshoe, at Starbucks. I'll buy you a what you want your coffee to say, Andre? Can you see that? Here we go.
Supermodels.
What you want your coffee to say? I got you. But yeah,
the architect.
Amazing. Like, I get goosebumps thinking about him.
What are your thoughts on Nigel Barker? Do you get goosebumps when you think about Nigel Barker?
Nigel is so talented, and he's such a
Your
good-looking
pauses
man.
scare me.
He's such a good-looking man, and I, would love Nigel. I would love to shoot with him. I would love, if I don't know if he's retired or whatever, but he's great at what he does. On the most, professional level. He's a great father. He's a great, husband, and he I tip my hat to him for being able to, be friends, with Tyra, because I know that women at times can get crazy, but he seems like a very patient person. He added so much value to America's Next Top Model. Like, he actually is America's Next Top Model. Like, that show would not have been anything without Nigel. So he's a super gifted and a special man.
And last but not least, what are your thoughts on Tyra Banks?
Say that again.
What are your thoughts on Tyra Banks?
Tyra, I have something for you, Tyra, that I really want you to see, and I think I'm gonna give it to Oliver, so he can post. I was trying to find it before this interview, and I could not find it.
Oh my God.
But it is definitely a tribute, and it's definitely a homage, to
Trying to get me in trouble.
to you. But as soon as I find it, I'll definitely give it to you. And congratulations on being a mom, Tyra. Welcome to the club. And what is she hosting now? Is it Dancing with the Stars? Dancing with the Stars. And like, pretty much you sent everybody some ice cream except for me. I don't know why. But I would like to know where I can try this ice cream of yours. And again, I don't know, like, if it's you or your management actually calling, like, for these like TV shows that I just thought it was like they were like fake calls. But if it is, you do, I'm sure, can get like my direct number and tell your mother that I said hi. I know that she's a big influence in your life, as is mine. And she did a great job raising her daughter.
I've heard you throughout this chat talk about some instances that occurred between you and Tyra after the show. Do you feel comfortable sharing any?
This contract business that we're under, that like they decide whether you can sign with an agency, whether you can work or you can't work. Like, I wasn't able to sign with several agencies that wanted to sign me, and they basically said that the agencies, couldn't sign me because of my contract, and that your team over there at Ty Productions, wasn't letting it happen. And I was coming to the agencies with jobs, like with work, and those are also like shut down. So I just want a little bit of clarification about, like, why was that? Like, you of all people, Tyra, know that like it was not a good feeling, to like not get jobs because of like Naomi, and you felt that Naomi like blacklisted you and so forth and so on. There can only be one black model at a time working and so forth and so on. Like, you are Tyra Banks, like you are accomplished, like you first woman in Sports Illustrated, like accolades. Like, I thought that was the whole point of going on the show, was to be a like top model, even if you didn't win or not, like you could still go out there. And so I just wanted some clarification about like what happened after the fact, because there was a lot of other things that came up, like legally, when I wanted to speak out about what was going on. And I was pretty much like threatened, to have like, my family and my assets like taken away from us contractually if I said anything. And like, can't have that happen to the fam. So I just really, like, are you aware? Because I just like, what did I do? Because I really could have just like, finished college, which I did. But I took the opportunity for good reason. So I just wanted to know like what happened, and then also like with All Stars, like what happened to the promotion of what was allegedly promised. So yeah.
I believe I've heard someone else say that too, that they were supposed to show you guys as like products and businesses and stuff like that.
I don't know about anybody else. I just know about myself.
So, like, when you came back for All Stars, what was the temperament between you guys, you and Tyra? Like, was she talking to you? Did she seem happy to see you? What was the give?
We really didn't have too much conversation. Like, I remember having like a launch party and like they didn't want me to do it. And it's like, why? And, end up doing it, through, my lawyer getting the proper like legal advice. And then like crazy people came out and then it was like everything was fine. And all of a sudden, like the feed, like, like it just, I don't know what was going on, but they wholeheartedly, adamantly did not want me to have this viewing party, and it was a silly,
Who are they?
thing. I just like when we had to be in contact with, the production. Look, I'm dead.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I went on, everybody went on with their life, so I don't know really, what that's about, but I don't know. I would love to know. Tyra, let me know. Like, do you know? Like, do you know what was happening? What was like going on? I don't know.
Camille, I only have 3 more questions for you, girl. We're gonna announce the winners, and I'm gonna kiss your face, and you're gonna get up out of here. Okay?
Yes, my baby is waiting for me. I don't know what that room looks like up there. Like I just hear banging and jumping, and like
I've been hearing it too. I've been hearing it too. Tell me, take a picture. I want to see. I
hope she has a white lobster. I hope it's still in the tank.
Okay, yeah, let's get you out here. What were the differences you noticed about production in cycle 2 versus cycle 17? I've heard a lot of comments from various girls and talking to me and hearing other chats, other interviews, that cycle 17, the production of it was very sketchy. It was questionable. It wasn't a good day on the beach as maybe previous experiences were. What were your experiences?
Was I the first person kicked off?
No, you were 4. You stayed for a good little minute.
I did?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that like my weave was on point. I was in like the best shape of my life, I don't really remember. I don't remember anything about that. I was just like, I don't know. I honestly, I have to watch it again. I really don't remember anything about that. Like production, like I said, I never really fooled with production. Like I never really, like, you're not supposed to exchange phone numbers and all the other situations. Like I never really, the ones by talking to them, like who have, all this stuff to say about production. I was just like literally there to like do my job and call it a day. And like, I want to win fair and square. Like, that's how you truly like, a winner. Mm-hmm. But I want to say shout out to Raheem Devon, the neo soul artist, for asking me to be in his next video. That's gonna be dope because speaking about Tyra's video, I recently did a video. It's on my Instagram for my people's reggae music, but like Raheem is all about like that sensual like sexiness, and I think that's a role that I can play, so that'll be pretty cool. But like I said, Oliver, home health agency, property management, ultimate design group, organize people's like spaces, being a full-time mommy, and then like dabbling like in the fashion business. But again, like if you guys want to see me on a housewives show,
I would love
really want to see me on a housewives show, let me know. And like I said, I'm taking applications for a bill, so nationality, just let me know.
Okay, my last question to you, Camille, before we kiss you goodbye and we announce the winners. I want to know, if you were standing before Tyra Banks right now, what would you say to her?
That's a very good question. I would say, how else have you diversified your portfolio? And can you give me some like stock tips and what's going on in the cryptocurrency world, and like, do you have any NFTs? Like, that's what I would say.
You want to get to the money.
I would just, yeah.
You want to get to the money. I know that's right, Millie.
Yeah, like, who cares about, like, the time I show, whatever, been there, done that. Like, what else? What else is going on? Because, like I said, she has transformed herself so many times, like, and that's what bossy people do. I'm just very, private and quiet about, like, what I do. Like, and if you guys are listening, let me tell you, one of the most important things that you could do for yourself is your credit score. Get your credit, like, up. Stop playing. Like, pay off them bills, use your credit cards for what your credit cards are supposed to be used for, not spending all this money off your debit cards. Get involved, learn about, crypto. If you want to know more about yourself, make sure, you sign up for Authentically, You with Genevieve, Nixon, make sure, that Sunday, if you're religious, all denominations, Pastor Eric Bernard, Christian Cultural Center, and like, be selfless, like, do your thing, but, just make sure you keep it sexy. Like, I'm a mom, I have all these hats and stuff like that, but like, for me and my sanity, I just really try to, like, I just try to keep it sexy, like, all times. Like, on the show, like, they had an issue with me wearing, like, lingerie, right? Who had an issue with me wearing lingerie?
Oh, yeah, they said you used to walk around in lingerie all the time.
Why does that bother you? Like, I'm not showing you no boobie, but if I sleep in lingerie and I wear an eye mask to sleep, and that's what I'm accustomed to in my own home, like, I'm in my bed, like, you're in your bed. If you want to wear sweatpants and a white beater, that's fine. Like, but I don't, as a woman, ladies, as a woman, like, get dressed up and beautiful for yourself. Put on your best perfume for yourself, like, before you go to bed. Exfoliate your body. If you were 30 years old, exfoliate for 30 days straight, and your skin will be beautiful like it was the day that you were born. Do it for yourself. Like, Rihanna's Fenty line. Oh my God, like, it's everything. Go online, become a VIP member, and, like, just put it on for, like, yourself, put a silk robe on. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Nobody says you have to do that every day, but, like, the fact that, I, sleep in a robe should not bother you. Like, it doesn't bother me. Does it bother you? Like, do you own any silky boxes?
Oh, girl, I go to bed with nothing.
That too. You can do that too. It's getting kind of cold though.
No, because never mind, girl. I ain't gonna take it there. Listen.
Have you guys seen Oliver's body? Have you seen that booty of his? I seen some pictures you did. I was like, okay. But I feel like your body's natural though. I feel like your body's natural.
Me?
Like,
I never had my body done. People always ask me how I had it done. I wouldn't though. If I did, if I would do any, if I really would do anything, I probably would. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I probably would just have them like clean this up. Probably like clean up my back. Yeah, I probably have them clean my back, my stomach, and my sides up. From the years of shit.
But let me know, because I know some, I know the best doctors that can, do all of that,
So Camille, I'm gonna get you out of here, and then after this, I'm gonna announce the people I selected to get your.
Sure. I just need their first and last name and their mailing address.
Yeah, I'll DM them.
Just know that you guys are getting this, signature walk, t-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever, before it actually launches. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, like, in advance. But also, one of the requirements is that you have to subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Lights Camera Kennedy. Just click on the link in her bio on her Instagram. So,
Yes. My final question to you, Camille, before we reveal the 5 winners is, what is the biggest thing you want people to know who are still fans of Top Model, who are fans of you, may still don't understand you? What is like the biggest thing you want them to know about Camille?
Um, the biggest thing I want people to know about Camille is that, like, I champion, like, for, like, others. Like, I'm the most, anyone could call in and be, sorry, distracted by, like, say what you want. Like, say that, like, I'm cocky. Say that I'm, like, overly confident. Say that, like, I'm mean. Say that I'm a bitch. But, like, I'm the most, like, giving, community service, oriented, hardest working woman, phenomenal, single, super mom. Like, when I tell you I do it all, like, I'm just like, Lord, and I'm on my hands and knees, and my daughter can learn how to code, and she can. I pretty much put myself, like, second, like, to anyone. Don't mess with my shower time, my exfoliation, and my nighttime lingerie, moments, But outside of like, outside of that, like, people will tell you that I'm the sweetest person. I see Young Faces Smiling on here, which is an organization that I sit on the board of, which helps children learn and pass New York City exams and so forth and so on. So, like, I do the most, but at the end of the day, like, I love my culture. I love my people. I love my food. I love my music. And I hope with whatever I do that you guys continue to support me, because I will only keep it 100%, like, real with you. And, if you don't have haters, that means you ain't saying nothing. You're not doing nothing. So, like, I embrace my haters. You got them too, Oliver. You got them haters too.
I don't give a fuck about
and
them.
at the end of the money, like, it's okay, because, like, whoever the haters are, like, you guys are not paying my bills, and, like, I'm getting my coin, and I hope that you guys do too. We live in a very, like, unstable, financial world right now, so you got to get yourself together on a spiritual level, and you got to get yourself together on a financial level. Like, being a pretty girl, and all that stuff is not going to help you through these storms that we're going through. Like, I live in Mamaroneck, New York, and we just had a crazy, like, disaster storm, and people's homes were destroyed, people's cars were destroyed. I mean, it was a catastrophe. I'm so blessed that my home in Mamaroneck was not, like, affected. My vehicle wasn't affected, but people almost lost their lives. Like, live every day like it's your life. Make sure you hug and kiss those people that you care most dearly about, because you might not see them. And, like, anybody that got something to say to me, like, it's okay. You can say it to me. Like, I'll absorb it, but don't expect me to cry about it. And I just want to say to all the girls on America's Next Top Model, like, I am here for you. I'm your sister. Joanna, you are amazing. I'm so proud of you. Bianca, Laura, Isis, Bree, all of you guys. Like, I'm here. Let's build together. Let's work. Like, if what I do can benefit you, or what you do can benefit me, like, respectfully, like, really, genuinely, and honestly, like, it's okay. Like, if you guys want to chill and vacation at, one of the properties, and take a load off, fine. Whatever it is that you do in your life and your career, offer it to me. Maybe I need a rest and relaxation. Maybe that'll help, calm my nerves. Like, we all have children right now, and it's about the kids. If the kids need to get to know each other, and they're the next generation, they're an extension of us, let them, meet each other and play with each other. And who knows, that could be its own thing. It doesn't have to be on television, but let's just all thank God for Oliver, for keeping this moment alive, and connecting us, so that we have a longevity in life in terms of the show America's Next Top Model Cycle 2. And Tyra, make yourself accessible.
Camille,
I love you.
You have done fabulous, girl. You have done amazing. I'm so proud of you. Thank you once again. I know we were on here a long time, but thank you for sticking it out and giving me all that you got. And I'm so appreciative because it was all amazing. Now to announce the 5 people that I am selecting as the winners of Camille's Signature Walk t-shirts. Again, when I opened this up, I said, I've gotten a lot of love doing these chats. Way more love than I've gotten hate. And that's why hate doesn't even have any residency in my heart, mind, or soul about anything, because there's so much love out here for me, so much support I've gotten, it can't even take up space. And I just want to take the time to say thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for subscribing, for following, for supporting me. I know, and I never ask, or beg or anything, but for the people who met me through these ANTM chats and who have kind of continued on and the other things that I do, I appreciate it. And there are 5 people who have really contributed and really showed love that, given this opportunity, I want to shout them out. So the first person that is a winner is my baby Becca Wolo.
Becca!
Yes, I had to give it to Becca because Becca is like the unofficial secretary for these chats. She keeps a log of everyone I've talked to. She does all the time codes. She's like fully dedicated. So I want
like, you better give me a t-shirt or I quit.
Right. Becca, I got you a t-shirt. The next person is Beautiful Brown Eyes. I think Beautiful Brown Eyes is in DC or North Carolina, but she's been so freaking supportive of not only Top Model, but everything else that I've done. So, Beautiful Brown Eyes, you get a t-shirt. The next one is Paxton.
Beautiful Brown Eyes!
Beautiful Brown Eyes. The next one is Paxton Da Silva. Paxton Da Silva has been here for every chat, comments under everything. The whole time when I was gone for 6 weeks off social media, he checked on me the entire time, was constantly messaging me. I was like, Paxton, I'm not dead. I'm okay. Paxton Da Silva, always showing love. Paxton, yes. The next person is Andres. Andres out in California. Andres is another one who has been here in every chat.
Oh, and I need sizes.
I'm gonna put you in chats with them so they can just talk to you directly. Cause but
right
Andres,
now, I have like 2%.
Okay, we're about to get off. Shout out to Andres, and the last person is Randy Milan. Randy Milan has been like the president of Oliver Twixt for like the year on social media, and I love Randy Milan. So shout out to everybody who just won. We're about to get off. Camille, call me later, girl. I love you, everyone. Give Camille hugs, kisses, all those things as we say goodbye to her from giving an amazing interview on Cycle 2 and All Stars. I'm talking about a girl. I see all the infrastructure in the back, that big ass house coming up there to get in your pool, bitch. All right, Camille, we're going to log you off, baby. Y'all say bye to Camille. Everybody, thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in, for liking, for subscribing, for getting badges. I didn't do badges on this because I felt like I knew it was going to be a long chat and we was going to be throwing a bunch of things at y'all to click and subscribe. So I wanted to give y'all a break. I appreciate the love y'all send me. I appreciate it. This video will be uploaded to YouTube and will premiere this week sometime. And all the other chats will premiere on YouTube. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Be safe out there and be sure to parade and mother-loving Kegel. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I appreciate all the love that you send me. If you want a little bit more of the nerd in your life, look down below because we got Oliver Twixt merchandise. Yes, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, stickers, mugs, all kinds of shit for your consumption. I love you guys so much. Mwah.
You're giving such a cover boy.
Huh?
You're giving such a cover boy.
I'll be so
cover boy.